What's up, everyone? We've got another awesome episode of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Show. Today, we've got an epic guest. Introduce yourself, please, bro.
Hola a todos, aquí Yata del canal de Yata Locker. Nah, I'm joking. Hi everyone, this is Yata Locker, aka Yata, aka Yata Dulce, aka El Yata, aka that annoying beer, aka that show beer, aka that Prancer guy, aka that Crooked Cook guy, aka that one that make Twitch clips into Yu-Gi-Oh! Hi.
Loving it. Nah, look, yeah, is one of the most awesome guests. If I'm sure you guys have seen his videos or not already, but if you haven't, this dude, he makes the most hilarious videos on YouTube. Like, bunch of meme content, bunch of summary content. It's so awesome. And I think what's particularly nice as well is, I don't know, I don't think there's anyone else really doing that kind of content in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Space. Like, I don't really see videos like that, and so it's really nice to have that kind of. Whenever I see a new Yata video, I feel like it's definitely one of the ones that straight away always jumps to the top. You know, I'll say it's probably bad to say this, but I'm not actually subscribed to a lot of Yu-Gi YouTubers. Yata is definitely one of the ones I'm subscribed to, because it's like you see, yeah. But it's like yours is one of the ones that I see and like, oh, this is going to be a good video, and it's not going to be something that I've already seen like 10 times before. So yeah, definitely very happy to see your content. But yeah, why don't you give us a bit of an intro into kind of what kind of started you on the YouTube / Yu-Gi-Oh path, and how it's been to where you are now.
Yeah, you want to jump right into it? My story?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a really long story. One afternoon, I was bored. I make a channel. The end. And actually, I started Jack Taloquet as a Spanish channel. I was your normal Yu-Gi-Oh channel. You know the profiles, maybe top fives about the best decks. Mostly budget decks because Latin America, inflation.
Yeah.
Yes. But then one afternoon, I was making a video talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Banlist predictions because I don't know, it was Banlist season. I don't remember what Banlist it was. It was a long time ago. I was mid-editing the video. It was a long video. And then I say, you know what? This is actually really boring. Maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a boring game. And this kind of content is actually kind of boring. So I deleted all the video. It was like 3 hours of editing. I deleted all.
Wow.
And say, okay, but I need to actually upload something this week. Like I can be like gone. So I decided to. I was actually watching a Farfa video, I think, about pendulums, or it maybe was a thrift video with Farfa as a guest. I was, they have a really good chemistry. It's a good duo. It's a pendulo. Let's go. Vamos, mejor mazo. Yeah. So I said, maybe they have a lot of moments together. And maybe I can like make a compilation about that. And it was like 3 minutes of Farfa saying, "Pendulo, let's go." At first it was, I don't know, 100 views, 200 views, because the Spanish community doesn't know too much of Farfa and Thrift. But then I guess someone from the English community saw it and shared it. Who knows? It brought up, I don't know, 10K views.
Wow.
It was really good. And then, I don't know, something inside to me happened. Something inside to me. It was, maybe I want to do memes. Because at that time, it was a really popular format was how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! 101. Yeah, it was like meme replays, show a deck. People don't necessarily need to know how to play that game. It's just, activate card. Card do something. Card is good. I started doing it because I just love editing.
You love editing, gosh.
Yeah, I love editing, but just at that time, the editing was really simple. It was Camtasia, Filmora. It was really simple. I didn't even know Sony Vegas Premiere existed. But the video were doing okay. 1,000 views for a small channel is kind of crash. Then starting coming more memes, and then I started investigating more, and I found out about the Yu-Gi-Oh! English community. Because at that time, I only knew Farf and Thrift and Team APS. Then I knew Team Sam. Then I knew, then I knew MBT, and everything went downhill, right? Distancoder, Seto, Dyer, Stevie, and then everything go downhill even faster. Then I started familiarizing and saying, you know what? Maybe it's time to stop making Spanish content and start making English content because it's better. Maybe I'm not the best English speaker, but I think I can understand it very well. I mean, it is a chance to, have a actual Latin guy inside the Yu-Gi-Oh community in English. And because that spot maybe it was for Exordio or Ray for Duel, but they don't interact as much. So I decided, you know what? Let's go all into it. Let's start making clip compilations. Let's start meeting new guys. Let's start making memes, how to praise, and stuff like that. Here I am.
No, that's actually awesome. And I have actually a question based on that, which is that, so when you talk about there being like a LATAM community and or at least a Spanish community and a English community, I didn't realize, is it that distinct then? Is it really different where there's actually, so it's like, for example, are there creators, for example, well, it's an obvious question, but like for us, for example, you have the big, like the Far, I mean, you have Farfa, you have the Coda, all of these kind of people who are like big creators. Is it a similar thing where there's some LATAM creators that are like very big, but you wouldn't know them unless you talk their language already? Is that how it is, like that way it's that distinct?
Well, I'm probably gonna get in a lot of trouble for saying this. But in the Latin community, you lack innovation and you lack collaboration between YouTubers. And probably that's also the big boss keyword for Konami. But let's not talk a lot about that one. Yeah. Okay. But you always see the same. You always see the same. Deck profiles, and everyone's saying that, saying deck profile, ban list prediction, ban list reaction.
Yeah.
For that reason, every time there is something new in the data community, it's like a big hit. Well, sometimes, for example, Masked Hero Big introducing long analysis of decks, 1 hour talking about Sky Striker, for example. That was actually really big news for here because you always have the reading card, okay, video end, no? But that's actually good analysis. Then we had, I don't know, many other channels talking about the community and not the card game. And that was also really special because, yeah, we play Yu-Gi-Oh!, but we are more than just Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. We are actual persons that interact between us. But yeah, we don't have the amount of innovation that English community have. For example, Nim doing the speed run in Master Duel, that's amazing. This time Coder, his game shows. Well, he isn't doing right now, but he did.
Yeah.
MBT and the Twitter threads. Everything happens. Every month is a new concept.
Yeah.
In Latam, every like 3-4 months is a new concept. And we are really going behind every of you in the content creation.
I feel like this is a question that maybe will get you into a little bit of trouble with the Latin community, but I feel like it's appropriate to ask. Would you say that the sense of community among creators in Latin versus like the EU or the US, would you say it's not as much there, or is it just that there's a lot of creators who are just focused on one thing?
I really can't really give a general idea because I know only a few of the big names of the English community. It's not like I talk with them every day, so I don't know if they really have a single community in the YugiTube sphere there. But here in Latam, I talk with many YugiTube creators, not the big ones because I don't know them. But within friends, within content creators that are friends, I can sense a really big amount of collaborations and always try to collaborate with everyone that wants to. I always try to like create new projects. For example, last year I made the first YugiTube Minecraft server here in Latam. It was a really good experience. I also made the first Master Duel 3v3 tournament in Latam. That was also kind of cool. Trying to do more stuff like that, but that time always the big enemy for the content creators.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Dan. I'll let you go first.
No, go on.
Yeah, I think that's, again, it's just that's so different to me and different to what I expected. And especially when you go, the funny thing is, because I guess from my perspective, the innovation even in our community isn't that big. And again, it's like I'd point to you, like your channel was very different. Like sometimes I look through my feed, and again, this is why I don't necessarily watch a huge amount of creators sometimes, because everyone's video is ban list, deck profile, it's all the same thing. It's like, even myself, I'd say I'm guilty of it. It's like we all do kind of similar content. And so it's surprising to hear that it's a similar thing in the Latin community as well. Would you say that for the part of the motivation then for you having different content as well, I guess you said it already actually, is you kind of want it to be that change and be that different kind of creator as opposed to just doing the same thing that everyone else was doing, isn't it?
Well, I wouldn't say like put me in a pedestal and how to say in English and say, oh no, I am that different YouTuber. No, everyone has his own unique features.
Mm-hmm.
But what I really wanted is like I see a lot of trends, a lot of movement in other games communities.
Mm-hmm.
I say why I can't apply this in
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Why I can't do the same thing in a game I love as much as, for example, Minecraft. Why can't do this? I noticed that we, for example, don't have any at the moment. We didn't have any clip channels. We didn't have compilations. I think the only one that was doing his own compilations was maybe Distant Coder at the time because Warframe BT only did like certain topics videos.
Yeah.
Maybe this would be an interesting idea. So I decided to replicate the gamer real format in Minecraft, but trying to put it in Yu-Gi-Oh, which I'm gonna say it right now. It's really difficult because once again, Yu-Gi-Oh is kind of a boring game because it's just card in a table.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
in other games, like, I don't know, shooters, Minecraft, RPGs, you have a lot of movement because it's a movement game. We have, I activate card goes animation. I say, okay, pass. Well, it was an interesting concept to go for.
Yeah. And
I do think it's.
Oh, sorry, carry
sorry,
on,
I was going to say, I think it's interesting that you say that because I do think there's a lot of ideas or idea concepts that maybe YouTubers aren't looking at working on. Cause I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I'll watch a YouTube channel that can be about I don't know, anything. Like let's use the example of Minecraft. And you look at something they're doing, or even a way that the creator is presenting the video, and you're like, oh, there's no one really doing this in the Yu-Gi-Oh community. Maybe this is something as a content creator I could translate to. But it does sometimes seem that people do tend to go for like the cookie cutter sort of, meta tier lists, like top fives, depth profiles, what have you. Like, and sure, I get it. It's like an easy views in a way, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't own my own channel. Like, maybe that's just me looking at it from a different way. But yeah.
I think part of it's because it's also that's again. So it's like again, I'll use myself as an example. It's because it's the easiest thing to do. Genuinely, like I remember there was a point, for example, like and I had this discussion with we had discussion when Tatsim was like there was a point where tier lists was just free content. It's like you make a tier list, everyone watches it. So it's like everyone just started doing tier lists, and it just became a staple in that at some point everyone does a tier list because it's easy.
Many people watching. Other people just go to the end and see the bad result, take a screenshot.
Yeah, and it's funny because when you look at your metrics, that's exactly what you see. You'll see there's either a really big spike at the beginning or a really big spike at the end, and it's just.
And I mean, it's what I do sometimes because I don't have to.
That's all I do.
Yeah, genuinely, it's also what I do when I watch other people's tier lists. I'm not that interested. I just
The thing here is tier lists and stuff like that. It's not bad content, but depends of the person that makes it. Because you won't compare like I don't know YouTuber that I know 100 subscriber that is bored and just make a tier list making opinion against I don't know a tier list made by fucking Joshua Smith, multiple YCS winners, that knows what he's talking about. Like sometimes like casual players you want to say, oh, I think Ash Blossom is the best hunter right now because it stops my plays, and Joshua gonna say Ash fucking sucks, bro. Something like that. Say, maybe Joshua's right.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
And I would even say, for example, I won't name the person, but there's a very good pro player. It's not even just a skill thing. It's also how they do it because he's a very good pro player. And I was trying to watch one of his tier lists early today, and he's good. He knows what he's talking about, but genuinely, he wasn't a very fun person to listen to. And then it's like, again, it was literally the exact example you said, Joshua Schmidt. I watched his and it was just so interesting. And what's even funnier is this pro player speaks English perfectly, but Joshua Schmidt was just a more entertaining person to listen to. So it's like, it's also how interesting the person is to listen to, how fun they are. I think it's a lot of things that you add into it. But
for example,
but that's something with YouTube. Okay, sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say, this is always the advice I give to all new YouTubers that want to start. Just make it for fun or because they are serious. If you're gonna make content, always make something that is different. You know, you can make the same thing. You can also make tier lists. But if you're just gonna read cards and put the cards in a board, everyone is doing that.
Yeah.
Why should I watch you when I can watch Joshua or Pac or whatever pro player? It can looks mean, right? Sounds mean, but is it a reality?
true.
Yeah.
You know, for example, here in Latam, we only have one famous tier list channel, that is Danny Locke. We watch it because it's the best in Latam. So people are gonna, okay, I can watch it in English, or I can watch it in Spanish, that is my native language. So that's also fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But speaking of top fives, yeah, one of the series that I really like that you do is whenever there's an event, you'll do a top five of the best breakout cards from the event, and it'll just be like complete and utter memes of like what happened at the event. And I just think it's fucking hilarious the way that you do it as well.
Yeah, the one with the robotic voice.
Yeah, with the text to
And the
speech.
same music every day.
Yeah. Like, so how did the idea for that come about? Because it's such a simple idea, but like executed, it's genius. Like the way you put it together, it just creases me every time. So, like,
I will be honest, I don't remember the first Jatalog top 5 video. I have no idea which one was. But maybe I just watched some shitpost video about top 5 and a meme. I was the unhinged thing I ever saw. I say, maybe this will be really funny in Yu-Gi-Oh! But I have to make it that it looks like an actual top 5. But there are cards that make no sense. So people in the comments are, maybe you're right, but maybe you aren't. There is that doubt because you see top 5 best cards of the format. Number 5, Brand Fusion. Okay, Brand Fusion is a really good card. Number 4, I don't know, a Priancer, a Laundry Dragon. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Number 3, Caravana Grave. Okay, that makes sense. What the fuck is happening? Which is a lie? Is something I'm missing? Yeah. For example, in my last video, that was a top 5. At the moment, this podcast is, recording. There was a comment that actually made me laugh a lot. It was a comment. Hey, I was really gone for Yu-Gi-Oh! Many years. I'm coming back. Should I take you seriously? I didn't respond.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's been a similar thing sometimes where it's like, I've watched it and it's like, is he being serious? I can't tell. Because it's like, you have something legitimate and then it's like, you'll just suddenly switch it. And it's like, you can't tell. But that's what kind of makes it interesting to watch as well because like you never know what's coming next. Yeah,
and I think the thing that I like about them is that they're so unhinged, but like it's so relevant to actually what happened in the event. So say, for example, for anyone who's not seen them, say someone plays a random tech card in a feature match, like, I don't know, Night Beam, for example, when DZ played it on a feature match. Like Yatta will put like top number 3 Night Beam or something, and there'll be like this deep fried fucking meme of it, of like the moment. So it does actually teach you like a little bit about what actually went down in the events and some of the funner plays. I think that's like a really I just think that's really interesting.
I mean, for events, I can like event new cards. I have to put cards that were in the event.
Yeah.
But there are some random tech that I don't have to invent something. The players invent the random tech. I don't have to do anything. They made that funny. I just have to share it. But for example, for I know sets, expansions, new boxes, there I just pick the most random cards I see, and I can think a meme for. Right? Always I'm gonna put like 1 or 2 popular cards so people can relate a bit and comment about that. And there is always that one guy that actually you are missing this card that I'm really popular right now. Thank you for coming a really serious comment about my really serious top 5. I totally missed this card. I'm really bad at the game.
Yeah, some people just need to touch grass in it.
Yes, but it's funny because these people treat other people, and people try to troll the people, and the people keep commenting, and the algorithm goes.
It's so like meta, like that loop. It's so like through the looking glass. It just fucking kills me.
And also, I'm gonna be totally honest here. The reason of that top 5 series is because they are really easy to make. So I can put one every time something happens. For example, ban list, I can have that video ready in 1 or 2 hours. Yeah, it's gonna pump on views a lot. And while people is watching that, I can work in my ban list in a nutshell. That takes a lot of hours to edit, and I can be like more relaxed. That I'm not missing about the big news. The big news are there. It's not the best of the videos, but it's a video that is funny and people will want to watch.
No, definitely.
Again, it's like I really like that mentality as well, that idea, because it's true. One of the biggest things to the algorithm is people actually talking in the comments. Like when if you have a video, it can be great, but if no one's talking in the comments, the algorithm will ignore it. But then when you have people literally commenting just to say that you're wrong, it's like, yeah, that's great. Yes, you're right. I'm wrong. I agree. It's like, then it's like, yeah. It just
when I
boosts it
say
all up.
let's unban Mystic Mind. no, Yata, stop, please. There is a limit. This is the limit, and you are around here. So please go back.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. But okay.
So,
Oh, sorry. I'll let you go on this before I change topic, Dan. So I'll let you land.
nah, the only other question I had really about your channel, Yatta, was why Yatta Garasu? Like, was there a particular choice behind that? Is that like your favorite card, or just a general question?
No, it was because one joke. I can tell you why Yata. I think it was 2017, and 2017 was 3 years ago. Fuck, we are old. Okay. Was 2017, and I went to a free tournament with some friends.
Yeah.
And the tournament was free because the store didn't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh. They only have some Yu-Gi-Oh products, and took Yu-Gi-Oh products saying, okay, these are the prices. I cheat, it was around $200 of prices or more for a free tournament because they didn't know. It was like 3 structures, 2 boxes, many slips and stuff like that. They just didn't know. And they just didn't know because they didn't even have tables for us to play.
No.
They didn't have a judge, nothing. It was like the most random thing I ever experienced. And we fucking lost. Because we were really, really bad at the game at that time. We lost round 1, totally proven by Trickstar, Pendulum, and stuff like that about that era, no? I used to went and say, so maybe this is what it feels to get Yata luck. And there we go. And I just put, I take the C out because it looked funny.
Fair enough. That's
insane.
That is not. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
It's actually a story because 1 week later, I started a channel with my friends. For that reason, the channel was Team Yatalog. But then, the classic. Some friends stopped playing, COVID. I wanted to take the channel a little bit more serious, so I cut the team, and I myself became Yatalog.
Wow.
And that's the story.
The
story of all group of friends playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The classic one.
Gosh, what a shot.
Okay.
That's an insane name. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next topic, which is, in terms of the game itself. So, you've already confirmed you play the game, but what is your opinion on the game right now? Do you think the game's in a good spot? Do you think it's fun to play? Yeah, like, how are you feeling about Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, yeah?
Well, I'm going to talk about from the perspective of the budget player that can afford a Baroness. This game fucking sucks. No, it's okay. I think it's really cool the variety we have. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't expect to have super heavy samurai in the meta.
Yeah,
like
no one's
The
seen
best
that
deck
was
as well.
actually my first deck, super heavy samurai.
Wow.
And then it's now in the meta, and I can afford it. It's like ironic, right? It's amazing. I like the variety of decks, but at the same time, I hate it because I don't know what the fuck to side deck. It's like you have a lot of options. Like you can put anti-spell for branded, put it, but it's totally worthless against Super Heavy Samurai.
Yeah.
Because just monster. Well, maybe for the pendulums, yes.
Yeah, the
but
pendulums,
I mean, you can use normal sumo, special, make shooting doji, blow up all the back row, and keep playing. Yeah, it has outs. It's not like end of the war. Yeah. And that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Also, Kashira is a single thing. And maybe at the time of this video, the ban list is out and Cassia is no more.
Fingers crossed.
Konami, you ban list. Do you remember that thing? Because I remember. It's been a while. It's been some months, maybe. I don't know. You are missing Gazelle to 3. Okay, can we talk about that? You gave me the worst fucking support ever, and you keep Gazelle to 1. Okay, what were we talking about? Yeah, the format. It's okay, but it can be better, and how it can be better with a ban list.
Yes.
Konami.
100% agree. Oh my days.
Shall we use that as a nice little segue into the next topic then? Because
Yeah, lay it up. I'll let you lay it up, bro.
if this episode comes out when it's tomorrow as a recording,
Yes.
the ban list isn't out in it. And as of today, every single post any Konami affiliated with Yu-Gi-Oh account has been making on Twitter has been getting absolutely fucking rinsed.
Yeah.
Like, they're sharing like lore posts from Cyberstorm Access and like policy updates and fucking like products and shit. And people are just copy pasting every single thing they tweet. Like, there was a video I sent into our group chat, and it was about a minute after they dropped the vicious Astrolal tweet, and I scrolled through and it was about 150 replies that were literally just that tweet, just copy and pasted back to them. So like,
Yeah, I remember the Manadium Prime Her.
that was the
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
Get off of my head. Okay, yeah, this was.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I
The
think
multiple energy braids. You have to check the multiple energy braids.
But I think I'm going to put my little tinfoil hat on here for a moment.
Yeah.
I think that the reason people are getting this pressed about it this time on Twitter specifically is because over the last year or so, Twitter is how we've been getting the updates, and hold tight, Farfa and all the boys over there doing the spreadsheet. They've kind of like locked it off to be the grand list drops around 5 o'clock. So I feel like people are waiting on that Twitter account with bated breath in it.
Yeah.
And then they tweet anything and it's like bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, what do you guys think about the way they're handling this? Because I think it's
I think it's kind of crap. I think I say all the time, my problem with Konami isn't just that they don't do ban lists and stuff on time. It's that there's just no communication. Like, sometimes you can make the wrong decision, that's fine, but at least let me know why you've made the wrong decision. It's like, okay, I can see the logic. Konami will just not ban something or just not give us a ban list, and then we don't even know what's going on. And it's like, you could have at least told me, then it's like I wouldn't be shocked. So like, if they said something like, oh, we're intentionally not dropping a ban list now because of blah, 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 it'll be fine. Or if they just said, this is when the ban list is, and they stuck to that, it'll be fine. But it's the being in limbo, that pisses me off. And it's also annoying as well from a competitive standpoint, because, for example, if you're someone preparing for Nats or you're preparing for Euros or whatever, and then like you want to invest in a deck, I use myself as an example, I very much want to actually play branded, but I can't justify spending like £80 on the new branded cards or whatever when Konami could just tomorrow go, you know what, branded fusion to 1. It's like, well, yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's the reason why they don't tell us when the ban is coming. Because, you know, if you know the ban is coming in 2 or 3 weeks, you can just take a break, do something productive in your life, to playing a shit card game,
Very true.
maybe be happy for once. Yeah, but you know, if you don't know when the ban is coming, well, you have to keep praying because you have to get you ready for the nationals, for the YCS. And what happened with that? You have to buy cars.
Yeah, that is true, to be honest. So yeah.
Also about the Konami on Twitter, I'm really sure. I don't have proof, but also I don't have doubt that Konami is taking revenge. Like, Konami now knows we are living in their Twitter page. They know we are there, and every day at the same hour, they are gonna tweet something wordless, without point. Yeah, it doesn't matter. A commercial about the next Speedwell box, I don't care. Every day.
I swear,
Because
one of the
they
tweets
know,
was,
they know we are there.
Yeah,
They know we are waiting, and they
swear-
are sick, tired of every day reading where is the ban list, Konami. So they are doing on purpose.
you know what? You know what's mad to me though? I don't even think the format's that bad. It's not like it's a case if it was like a Shizu tier, like where it was like this is clearly a tier 0 fucking format. It's not like when Firewall was absolutely insane and every post was getting blasted with banned Firewall. Like this format, like yeah, like there's broken decks, but what format doesn't have a broken deck? You know, cry about it. Like the format's okay, and I think the reason people are getting so pressed though is like you rightly say, Frabs. Worldwide, it is national season where people are trying to get their qualifications for the World Championship qualifiers, and people want to know what format they're testing. So maybe that plays into it. I don't, most likely, but
I think it's because we have now the mix of two formats. We have the pre-Sayak format and the post-Sayak format, and both are so different decks, so many new strategies that someone just can adapt to everything.
Yeah.
We have nationals, we have YCS Philly, I don't know, YCS Mexico, YCS Santiago. Everything's happening so fast that maybe we need a stop. Maybe we need a checkpoint, and that is the ban list. Like maybe we need just to, I don't know, kill or weak one or two decks so we can stop worrying about our side deck and start playing.
Yeah.
That's why the rush, I think. Also because we don't have content and I need content.
Yeah, that's definitely actually another thing. Like genuinely, like for those of you who've seen, I released a video in like 2 weeks, and it's because genuinely I can't. There's only so many tier lists I can do on Sayak format, guys. Kashtira is the best deck. We already know. Like I can only say it so many times. I can only show you the top. We all know what the best decks are. We all know what the best side. It hasn't really changed, and I can't lie. One of the sets. So I went to
next tier list. Purely cuteness tier list. Next tier.
Yeah. At this stage, it's like that's what I should do. And it's funny as well. Just on what you were mentioning before about kind of the mix, between the mixed team pre-Sayak and post-Sayak. One of the most hilarious things. So when Sayak first started, a couple of people at my locals bought new Pearly. They bought Super Heavy. And I remember it's like everyone came in, did really well at the tournaments, and then by the next tournament, everyone just had gone back to playing Kashtira. I just came from one today. There's like 4 Kashtira players. Because it's like, oh, let's just play Cash because nothing's really changed. Cash is still the best deck. And it's like that as well. It's just like, it's so tiring. Like the format isn't terrible, but
stale.
Yeah, I'm really tired. Like today, I got
the format is cool, but at the same time, if I don't open really good, I'm gonna get 5 Sound Locket and lose.
Literally,
or I'm gonna get Barones plus Esper Cancel plus Barkion plus 4 hand traps in hand.
Exactly.
Or I'm just gonna get or I'm gonna get a 15 materials Purary in field that until today I don't know what the fuck it does.
Yeah.
I never read the card.
Literally today, I got 5 zone locked by Kashtira. I was just like, oh well, I guess I lose. Like, yeah, it wasn't very. And the saddest part about it as well is, as I got 5 zone locked by Kashtira, it's like I knew it was coming, but I couldn't do anything about it, and I couldn't even really be upset because like if he's not 5 zone Kashtira locking me, the Super Heavy Samurai guy at the next table is gonna basically pseudo FTK me. Super Heavy Samurai now apparently can hand loop. Well, sure.
Yeah.
Pearly,
they can FTK you actually.
yeah. Pearly is also making some unbeatable towers. It's like just different rares. I'm tired of dealing with it all, to be honest. But yeah. And
maybe the problem is not the format. Maybe the problem is this game sucks.
I do think, like, you joke, but sometimes, like I think players do think about that sometimes. I think every player has actually gone through the period of thinking, like, maybe this game is just awful. Like,
yeah,
and then it kind of goes
there are
away.
some people that don't get out of that phase and start playing Edison format. Yes.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, the interesting thing about Yu-Gi-Oh is, while I wouldn't say it directly sucks, I would say that it's got one of the worst game designs I've seen in the game for a long time. So like there's this channel called Extra Credits, and they talk about video game design a lot. And so like I like to think that they are some of the most well knowledged. I don't know if that's a word. They understand game design is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if I'm using the word right.
Okay.
And just so many basic rules I feel like Konami breaks. And like one of the biggest ones is even when you look at things like they'll release a deck like Kashtira. Maybe I'm wrong. No one likes playing against Kashtira. No one plays against Kashtira. It's like, oh yeah, this is going to be a really fun interactive game. It's like, no, it's a bit irritating. and then Konami will just leave it out. And then what's even worse is no one likes playing against Kashtira, but even the Kashtira players don't like playing it as well. They all hate it as well. They're all like, "Oh, this deck effing sucks. I just nibbed my opponent and I can't play because my board's full."
For London? Like,
Yeah. They all hate the deck too, and it's
What
just
I
like,
hate
yeah.
of Castira, what I actually hate of Castira, because you look Castira, it's like, this is the strongest and the weakest deck I ever saw. It's like the biggest threat and the biggest pile of shit I ever saw, and that's fucking annoying because. Oh yeah, you can lock me by 5, but I explode against a Raigeki. It's amazing. Unless I open like for that reason, it's really funny to me that Castira players have to play Forbidden Lands to survive. Or Provincialis, I don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, literally, like, yeah, they have to play Lance because the whole board just dies to like anything. Like Book of Moon, the whole board just dies to it. And it is quite pathetic.
I remember when we were testing for London with Tom, and it was like, I was going through my deck list. I was looking at Forbidden Lance, and I was like, "Why the fuck am I playing Forbidden Lance? Like, what is this? Why is this optimal?
Yeah,
It fucking sucks."
Yeah, it's
amazing that your 1000 Endboard can lose to my 5 cents Dark Hole.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it is. I can't lie. That does make me happy sometimes. They're like, yeah. So today, when I got 5 zone locked against Kashtira, I had just one evenly and it out of his whole board, and I did feel very good after. It's like, yeah, get wrecked. But funny,
I hate the fact that I have to play Dark Hole because of Ivry and Aido and all of that stuff.
yeah. But funnily enough, I would actually say Super Heavy Samurai. I'll actually say as well. I don't actually particularly like that deck either. That deck frustrates me. I think I don't like. Joshua Schmidt was talking about before. I don't like decks that. It's the same thing that annoyed me about Kashtira as well, to be honest. I don't like decks that do huge amounts off just one card. It's very irritating to deal with. And Super Heavy Samurai, oh my gosh, that deck's abusive, man. Like, they'll just keep comboing and comboing and comboing, and it's like at a certain point you just like, I literally can't do anything. Like, Super Heavy Samurai just been comboing for ages.
I'm gonna be honest. I love Super Heavy Samurai, right? As I say, my first deck, I love of nostalgia. Okay, I love. But whoever did Prodigy needs help. that one, I don't know, Konami developer, I don't know how you say it. Something's happening. He's like, he has 100%. Problems, or they have problems. They have problems. I don't know what to say.
And what's so confusing as well is like you look at the Super Heavy, like Prodigy is even a really good example. It's like it has like 4 effects, and it's like, why does this card just do everything? Like, yeah, like it's scaled.
I love that. Prodigy has an effect that locks you in Super Heavy Samurai.
Yeah.
And no one uses it. Like, okay, I'm gonna get locked in Super Heavy. What about I don't use the effect?
Yeah.
Maybe. And go for Barones? Yeah, that sounds like a good plan for me.
Yeah. I think with Super Heavy Samurai, you know, like how like Yugi boomers like think Yu-Gi-Oh has evolved into 4 million negates. And it hasn't really over the last couple of years. Like, it's been more interactive. Yeah, like, there's been, like, oppressive boards, but it's not, like, a load of negates. I've played Super Heavy Samurai in testing. I've sat in front of it and thought, fuck me, is this how it feels to be the Act Man? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, it's quite nutty. And I think what's funny as well is you'll see the Super Heavy Samurai, like, when you play against Super Heavy Samurai, hand trapping them is so... It's like so painful because you'll chuck hand traps at them and genuinely it's like
unless it's droll, maybe. They don't care.
The worst part as well is like you draw them and they're like calm, and then they have Soul Pierce Maker in hand, and they make Baron anyway. Oh, they have Therion.
So what is really, really scary that I'm looking at a lot of decrees, and one subscriber sent me a Endboard under droll. It was Crystal Wing, Spell Canceller, and 4 hand traps.
Yeah, they have hand traps too.
Under draw. Oh, that was the scariest thing I ever saw in my life. Yeah. And I'm gonna pray that no one breaks that, and that no one finds out about that. It's crazy.
Yeah, my genuine advice for this format is just play a deck that can play Torrential Tribute and Solemn Strike, because that is the only way you.
My advice is play a deck that can play flipping like Shifter.
This thing is. Who made
that
it?
card's insane. That card, even what's it? Soul Piercer. That card's insane as well. Soul Piercer just never stops searching. Like, my gosh!
Look, this is what happened when you give a support to deck before the hard once per turn.
yeah.
This is what happened. This motherfucker comes alive.
It's literally like Spiral as well. That was the same nonsense with Spiral, where it was like
It's like giving nowadays a support to Spider.
Yeah,
Will be the same thing.
yeah,
I swear.
yeah. It's quite insane. Very difficult to deal with. My hope is that well, this is the thing. I don't like Shifter, but my hope is that another Shifter deck comes in when when Kashtira leaves. Otherwise, Super Heavy Samurai is just going to be rolling everyone. Like, it's quite ridiculous.
Yes, can we all agree that when one format needs Drolly main, the format fucking sucks?
Yeah,
I agree. Hard agree.
yeah. In general, yeah. And it's I'll tell you, it's two cards actually that usually for me signify that. It's Droll and Dark Ruler No More. As much as I like Dark Ruler No More.
Oh yeah, I remember that Ruler No More format.
Yeah.
The illusion of freedom.
Yeah, because when Dark Ruler is in the format, what that means is they are going to put up so many monsters that it's like it doesn't matter what 1-for-1 card you have in your hand, it's not going to work. So it's like when it's like a mandatory. And the worst thing about Super Heavy Samurai though is even today, literally today, it's like Super Heavy Samurai made a board and then they put spell. They had anti-spell. They had anti-spell at the end of their combos. So it's like he had Dark Ruler in hand, it didn't matter. Like or they can make spell cancel or whatever.
Well, you have a spell canceller.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a spell canceller, you can activate spells. So,
So you just can't.
GG.
Yeah. It's just
They can also in Barkion, so no impermanence, no evenly.
yeah.
GG, get good, smile, good game.
Yeah, right. Like at this point, I'm unironically considering playing fucking Stun. Like,
Yeah, so
Yeah,
for that reason, we need a deck that can play Shifter, that can play around multiple negates. We need something back. I don't know. We need something that can make something right now in this format. Maybe I don't know. Giving that deck a piece back. Maybe I don't know, a statue, something that can stop the opponent. I don't know. It's just an idea. Maybe Metaphys or something like that. Yes.
yeah, no, Metaphys, definitely Metaphys.
Yes, or Necrophase. Yes.
Yeah.
Getting Mayu.
The thing is, I actually don't mind Flunder now that they don't have Barrier Statue. Without Barrier Statue, Flunder's actually not an annoying. It's like that's a lie. It's annoying, but it's not like it's not like super problematic. It was just Barrier Statue was so annoying because Barrier Statue was the
I
same.
just miss my bears.
Yeah, I mean you can still play Flunder now. I guess it's just
Yeah, Morgan
That's a
Fernandez.
lie, and you fucking. Yeah, no, yeah, it's fine. It's a good deck. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
That's the problem with Flunder. I guess it's like without Barrier Statue, the deck just it doesn't really.
Doesn't feel right.
Yeah, there's nothing really scary about like genuinely M-Pen. It's like, oh no, they've got an M-Pen. I'll just summon my monsters in defense. I guess
Yeah,
that's
and
fine.
consider,
Oh,
wow,
no,
it's
just
not like I
activate
have a
impermanent.
monster that can attack in defense. For
Yeah,
some-
oh yeah, so
Why does Castira have a super K samurai? I don't know.
Yeah, it literally makes no sense. Literally makes
Yeah.
no sense.
Just so they can out Baguska, I think.
Oh, but yeah, Kashtira, not a fan of that deck. Pearly, I think, is actually one of the most unimpressive decks I've seen in my life. I think Pearly sucks. Every time I play against, I'm just like, this deck is so bad. Like, it just doesn't do anything. I say it all the time. Every time I lose to Pearly, it's not because of Pearly. It's because of like their side deck. So it's like the Pearly player will draw talents and they'll do draw and stuff, and then I lose. But it's like the Pearly cards themselves literally do nothing. So yeah, Pearly, I'm actually fine with that, like being where it is, because yeah, it means I don't have to deal with the deck at all, which I'm completely fine with.
It's a shame because like Pearly's like a deck on paper that like I feel like I would really like, but like I've done test hands with it and I'm like, this deck is just
Cheeks, bro.
yeah.
The deck that I actually really hate playing against is Branded. I'm gonna be honest. It's like why Branded lost is a card. I don't understand.
Yeah.
What I hate the most is like, okay, I have Ash.
Oh.
I'm gonna save Ash for Branded Fusion. And the opponent is like, maybe he has Ash. I'm gonna play and save my Branded Fusion. And then I still have the Ash. And they have the full board.
Yeah.
And Branded Fusion in hand.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the Branded Fusion. But it doesn't matter at this point. I don't understand why.
Yeah.
Why are you afraid of Ash? I saw what you can do.
Yeah, Brand. I love
Speaking of
Branded,
locks,
man.
how can we forget Branded Expulsion existing?
You know what?
I heard that it's a new brand explosion. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah,
There is
so
a
Sort
the new
of,
dragon.
not
I-
really.
Do you know what? Actually, what's funny is the new. I would actually say Branded Expulsion is probably not even the best way to play the deck. It's just the most annoying way. But the new dragon makes like they can do it every turn if they really want to. But the funny thing is, like, I feel like Branded is better without Expulsion. Like, it's exactly like you said. Yeah, like Branded right now, Ash is still the best hand trap against them. But they don't lose to getting Branded Fuse Ashed anymore. Like I can confidently say, like, you get ashed, you have like 2 or 3 different lines that let you still make a good board, which is quite insane.
Bullshit. Why? It's like every time on Twitter I see Brandon Fusion, Ash, you lose. But it's a lie because I
Yeah.
know about this. All my last YCS Lima losses were branded. All of them. It fucking sucks. Castilla, easy. Castilla, easy. I swear. Evenly, they fucking explode. Evenly to branded. Okay, I'm gonna keep this Mirror Jade, and if you out it, you lose.
Yeah. That's the best thing about Mary Jane. Oh my gosh. Mary Jane, even if your Noir, your Psychic End Punisher, even it doesn't matter. They're all going at the end phase. Yeah, Mary Jane is just Mary Jane is probably actually no. I think now with the release of Rise Heart, maybe not. But Mary Jade is still one of the strongest boss monsters in the game. Like, if I was to do another list,
Oh, yeah.
Mary Jade would be top 3.
Another tier
That's
list, of
insane.
course. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are on fire tonight, man. So, speaking of broken decks, yeah, talk to us a little bit about the $5 deck for those who may not know.
The $5 experience.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
So I saw a video of MKO40. I think that's the name. I
MKO40,
really know.
yeah.
There is a lot of letters there that I can pronounce. And we saw it like someone won with appearances. Oh, cool. Third place in a 4-main blockers. Oh, well, okay. Uh, cool, I guess. Let's see that deck. I was 9 Mirror Force. Wow, oh, nice. You know what? I'm gonna play against Invoked with this. What people don't know is like I won 1 and lost 10. But,
Oh my gosh.
but on that one is the one that
That's the
matters.
content in it. That's the content.
And I only won because Maximus went with Desires. And that's the out because Maximus can like pop every turn. And like, okay, yeah, probably that is a good video. And it was a good video. It was like 80,000. No, I'm joking. No, I don't remember the amount of views. It was a really good amount of
It's a
views.
lot there. Yeah.
Yeah, and
definitely
then I
is a
say, okay, I'm gonna make that deck. It's only $5. It wasn't $5 in Latin America.
How much was
lot.
it?
Yeah. How much was it?
I spent like $25, I think, in that deck. It's not as expensive as other decks, but it wasn't $5. And Robbie fucking lied to me. But yeah, I did it. I still have it in my folder. It's a big part of my channel and what I am today. The deck is not good, but it's funny. I mean, Mirror Force, Smile, yes, that's a good. I fucking love that Down the Dragon can out almost any monster in this game.
Yeah, it can, weirdly enough.
Yes.
I've never read Laundry Dragon. How does this work?
Let me get the effect.
It attack a monster, and if it's not linked, destroy the monsters, take damage the opponent.
Oh,
Oh,
so
but
it's,
Down the Dragon also dies.
Yeah.
oh, so
That's
it's kind of like a construct sort of thing.
Yes. But when it's linked, it vanishes the monster, and that's crazy.
Ooh.
But no one links in.
Yeah.
No one links Lonely Dragon. Like, Lonely Dragon, set 4, pass. Good job. Yeah.
I remember when
That's-
Co-Link actually mattered, and then Konami decided that it wasn't fair, I guess. But yeah, it's a shame. That one of the things I think is a bit of a shame is that the whole extra linking, co-linking is not really relevant at all now because of the Master Rule change, and I do think Konami should do something, because even appliances are a little bit hurt by that as well. But
I love the top decks right now don't even use links.
Yeah, Lich. They like Phantasme was an insane card, but one of the reasons why literally no one plays Phantasme anymore is like they don't care about links. It makes no difference if they're playing links or not. Which is
I think in terms of like links, like it definitely took a fucking nosedive after Master Rule 5, but I can't see him going back like at all. Like, can you imagine playing branded under Master Rule 4?
No.
Can you imagine playing cash under Master Rule 4? It's a myth out here, man.
And we know why. It's because fundamentally speaking, Konami does not like pendulums. Pendulums is the real reason they I don't know what it is about pendulums specifically they hate so much, because I feel like I've been I've been in a lot of busted formats, and pendulums are annoying, but I would not like, if I was to say the worst format, pendulum would not even be like top 5. Like it was an annoying format, but
Yeah, Pendulos sucks. Pendulos are really bad right now. Like,
do you know what?
tell me one good Pendulo card right now.
Do you know what? Yeah, though.
You can't.
What I'll say about pendulums is the best pendulums always, most of the time, feels like when they're used in non-pendulum decks. Like Super Heavy Star, it just happens to randomly a pendulum monster that has like an extra effect. But yeah, pendulums themselves is like,
it just happened to be an R5 deck.
yeah, I don't know. Pendulums never really feel like they're doing that much. They're just like meh cards.
Yeah.
Obviously, maybe
Konami, this isn't a challenge. Konami, if you think this isn't a challenge, we are not asking for broken pendulos. We already saw what you are capable of doing. Let's stop that.
Yeah, literally, Konami's gonna
message received. We are not gonna joke about that. Okay.
Fucking hell.
You know now, if your deck gets pendulum support, you already know it's about to be lit, bro. Like Konami's gonna take it too far. That's their whole thing. Oh gosh.
We are giving Branded a cool new pendulum line.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
We are giving Castira 2 pendulums so you can summon all your hand, even though you can already summon all your hand.
Pendulums from the main deck or something.
Yeah, oh my gosh. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if that's a new thing for pendulums, because they do need it. Like I can see. So I think it's the Charmers that have the effects where they can activate effects in the deck. So like a lot.
of the familiars,
yeah. Like they can basically activate in the deck, and in my head, I see that as the next place Konami's going, where it's like, now this card just does something from the deck. Like I
fucking hope not.
No, not.
I fucking hope not, because there's a reason.
The Albadores continue with pendulums.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The new Albas, we have like Fallen of Albaz 2, and then it's like, literally, like you could just send this straight out of your deck to the graveyard. Just like, that I could see that happening with Konami. So Konami, look, I'm not giving you the idea. You already know R&D. We already know R&D's on this. So yeah.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it. I'm quitting to play competitive fucking dominoes if that's the case.
I love that Konami can make the best and worst supports ever for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, they have this power of God and they use it for evil.
The thing is, I'm still convinced that Konami, R&D, or whoever does the new cards, I'm still convinced that they don't really know what's going on in the format. Like, I used to think, it's just like weaponized incompetence, but now I think no, it's genuine. Just they don't know what they're doing. Because I look at new cards sometimes and I'm like, what made you think this would be okay? Like 95% of new cards that get released nowadays, I'm just looking, I'm like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, why would Konami ever do this? I can't think of a good reason. So
I reckon they're all Dark Magician players. Like, they're just like, my deck's rubbish, man.
Do you know, there was a time I would have agreed. There was a point where it felt like every new set just had random Blue Eyes and Dark Magician cards.
Yes, I think it all depends about in what mode John Konami wakes up that day. Like, today is a good day, unban something useful for the masses. Yeah. But no, other day, I don't know, it's a fucking horrible day. You know what? Give Castilla support.
Well, one thing that can always be true is they'll give Sky Striker more support. I'm still waiting for the next time.
You know what? Extra deck to 20.
Do you know? I actually don't want. A lot of people said that I don't want the extra deck to get bigger.
I don't want.
Yeah, I would be happier if I don't think it should change, but I'd be happier if it went smaller than if it went bigger.
Yeah, I agree. I think if they were to cap it,
I also don't want
9.
Imagine branded with 20 cards in the extra.
Jeez.
I don't want that. Actually, want to 20k for Salamangreat because Salamangreat deserves it, but after that, no.
I love how like the most broken decks with a bigger extra deck would be the ones that don't even use a fucking extra deck. They're just getting so much value off the fucking pots.
Yeah, that's actually a big point because even Prosperity, like Prosperity, as good of a card it is, it's painful to activate Prosperity sometimes and banish 6. But imagine our Sprite has a 20 card extra deck. They just have another. That means they're still going to have their 2 Gigantic and their 2 Sprint and whatever, and they've still managed to banish 6, which is quite insane.
It's a myth out here, man.
Yeah.
It'd be a myth if that was the case.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be quite. I don't know. We'll see what Konami. I'm envisioning that Konami have the opinion that they're close to perfection in the game, and because of that, I don't think there's going to be another major master rule change. At least not for the next 5 years. I genuinely have that opinion. Maybe I'm wrong.
No.
But
I agree.
Yeah,
to be honest, I'd be very surprised if there was like a fundamental change in the sense of, we're bringing out a new summoning mechanic, or, we're changing the rules.
Actually, I can't even imagine right now a new master rule. It's like,
what do you think
I just can't.
Yeah.
I don't know what they could do now. Yeah. I think this master rule is fine, I guess. It's like, it's not like every deck can actually play for the rules. I'm not talking about meta because that's all other question. Yeah, but when it's about the you can still Pendulum Summon, you only need a link, you can still Synchro, Exist, Fusion. We know because fucking branded, they do it all the time. We know, and that's okay, I guess, for me. I don't think we need a new master rule right now.
Yeah.
We need a ban list, Konami, please.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Only 1 pixel of ban list. 1 pixel, I'm not asking more. Please.
Fabs, I reckon we drop this episode on Monday, and then hopefully the ban list is out by then, innit? So this entire, all of us just being salty about not getting a ban list. I'll just manifest it into existence, innit?
I would do that, but I've heard very good reasoning for why we're unlikely to see a ban list until June. Someone explained it to me, and I don't really keep track of certain things, but apparently, Konami never, with the exception of Zoo format, Konami have never dropped a ban list in the middle of that season.
No, they did it last year.
I don't know.
Not in the middle of that season.
I have a conspirative theory.
It was 2 weeks before that season.
Okay,
I have a conspirative theory about this.
Yeah.
In the last rules update, there is a new rule that you can submit your deck again after a ban list.
Yeah.
So I think Konami is making this rule because they are gonna drop the ban list 1 or 2 days before Philly.
Someone else said that to me, and I was like, I don't know why they did that, but I agree with you. And if they do that, I'll be so vexed because when I saw
it's
that
gonna
rule,
happen.
I was like, why would you make this rule? That's what they're basically saying is we can make a very stupid decision, and you can't change your list. Like, I don't know why they added that.
One day before Philly, Brand Fusion banned. Get fucked. Bye.
Yeah, I can genuinely see them doing it. It's really scaring me. I saw that. I was like, why is this a rule? Like, why is this a thing? Like, who does this benefit? Like, I don't know. Yeah. That was
the joy of not playing meta. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Go and ban my Trap Trixera.
Yes, I won't get into it. Wait, before we go into the last topic, because we actually are closing an arsehole, I just have a quick note, guys. Look, some people told me that I insult Rika a lot, and so I should give it a try. And so, guys, look, I bought a Rika deck. I played Rika today. Rika sucks. I wasn't wrong. Rika is a terrible deck.
We had Jess online the other week, man.
I've said this like 10 times. Jess is really, really good at the game. The Disciples are really, really good at the game. They're not topping because Rika's good. They're topping because they're good. Rika's terrible.
Sure.
And I defy anyone to prove me wrong. I was playing Rika today, and it was the most traumatizing, horrible experience ever.
Where is the Disciple Twitter page?
Yeah, I'm about to cause huge issues now, but...
When this episode drops, I'm just going to clip this and send it to Jess. And be like,
the
smoking.
Look, Jess,
someone prove me, bro. They fucked up.
The only thing I learned today is just that, they're really good. Because I was playing the second, I was like, this deck flipping.
Yeah, totally.
Like, I was going second against Cashtera, opened 2 normal monsters, Primula. Just like, why am I playing this deck? Oh, I was so angry. I mean, again, it's like, and I just want to point out as well, before anyone says, like, oh, it's because you grabbed the deck. No, I did very well with the deck. I came second place. Like, I'm not, like, I know how to play the deck.
Imagine having a deck that revolves around one normal monster.
Lich,
And
it's
now I just pissed off all the Magic Monster players, all the sushi players. I fucking answer. Why I'm trending on Twitter?
oh my gosh. It's a level 1 normal monster. All the Rika monsters anyway. Yeah. I don't like Rika. I'm just gonna
Don't
bring
read
it
it
out there.
backwards. Don't
Not
read it
gonna-
backwards.
Yeah. Well, look, okay. For the last topic, I said we were going to do Am I the Asshole, but we're actually going to do Would You Rather. And
Okay.
Oh.
it's going to be a wild one because I feel like doing a wild one and I've had too much rum tonight. So, yeah.
Let's go.
So,
let's go.
I'm gonna get cancer. I was joking about it.
Yeah, I can't like this.
Don't real.
so
Okay.
God damn, now that I'm thinking about it, look, I'm going to. I'm really thinking, is this a good idea to do this one? This could be a really bad idea to do. Woo! You know what?
This
Okay,
could be really good or
I'm
really
gonna
bad.
show
It's
these.
like-
I'm not gonna do the one I was gonna do because I can't lie. It was
I
really
think one
bad.
joke, it changed everything.
it was really bad.
Goes after the call.
And yeah, I'm gonna show you guys after the call. You'll see why I didn't do it. Yeah. Anyway, so would you rather have your guts disemboweled? Would you rather be disemboweled alive, so have your guts ripped out while you're still alive? Do you all understand what's going on?
Yes,
Yeah.
Or would you rather have your skin flayed off while you're still alive?
That is
Okay, I'm trying to relate this with Yu-Gi-Oh.
Nothing to do with Yu-Gi-Oh whatsoever.
It's like getting Maxi or Mystic Mind then.
No, I think I have my answer.
Okay, can you repeat the second one?
So the second one is having your skin flayed off while you're still alive.
Playoff is
Like just degloved your
Peeled
entire
off.
body.
So your entire body, all your
Ah.
skin peeled off. Or would you have your guts pulled out while you're still alive? In both
I'm
scenarios, you're not gonna die.
say-
Yeah, in both of them,
I'm
you would
gonna
die.
say
No,
probably
you're Captain
gut.
Fam. There's no way you can have your guts decapitated.
I mean,
So
look, in this scenario, you're getting flayed alive and you're getting
Okay,
disemboweled
I
alive.
think it's
Yeah.
faster dying by having your guts and it's less pain. So I'm gonna go for that because I have a lot of skin, so it's gonna be like I don't know 1 hour of spinning, and then they are gonna cut. I'm gonna lose all my blood. I'm gonna die. I think that's better.
That is a good point, though. That is a good point. Yeah.
yeah, like have you guys ever had like like a blister? Like if you have like a blister or like a wound, then like
Yeah.
like there's a couple of layers of skin off, but it's just like the skin underneath. It fucking hurts to even look at it, man.
Yeah.
Imagine that in your entire body. Nah, like, and you would die so much slower from having you being degloved. Forget that, man. Just just slides me
Another
up.
weekend in Mexico.
Just
I'm not from Mexico.
Slice the guts open and get them out, man. That's
So we have another disemboweled, right?
another disembowelment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
gotta
lie, I
be
think
there.
it's a full house. Yeah, I'm also going to be on that disemboweled. I can't lie. The getting degloved is mad. It's mad. I can't imagine that. And the worst part about the whole getting degloved is kind of based on what you guys were saying initially. I could see myself surviving having my skin ripped off. I couldn't see
Yeah.
myself surviving.
What
having
what
my
type
skin-
of existence is that?
That would be painful, man. And it's like not only that, but if you guys ever had like a cut or have had like after you have a cut and the skin is raw inside, you can still feel it. Like it's
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
still sensitive and stinging and stuff. And so imagine like your whole body. That would be mad. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be down for it. But guys, on that very morbid and gross note, we're gonna call this episode of the Yu-Gi-Oh show. Yeah, thank you so
That
much
was
for coming on. Yeah. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
of
coming on.
course,
Yeah.
that's one really Yu-Gi-Oh related. Yeah, I can.
Nah,
We are
yeah,
ending in a high note, 100%.
yeah,
Hopefully you aren't eating while resting into this. Yes.
yeah. This was a blast. Thank you so much for coming on. Before we close out, do you have any shout outs?
Well, don't forget to go and watch my channels, Yata Locket. If you speak Spanish, El Yata. And if you, for some reason, watch Mastodon replays, Yata Duels. It's also a thing that one day I'm gonna try to activate. And I'm streaming on Twitch Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Yo.
I guess that's all.
Loving that.
Also,
Right.
if you need an editor, DM me on Twitter.
Yeah,
You know. Okay.
Yes, awesome. Love it. Thank you so much. Yeah,
I'm from Latam. I'm really cheap.
You know, on that note, yeah. We need to talk. Yeah, we need to talk.
Yeah,
But,
I just need a green card and I'm done.
No, this has been awesome. All right, thank you guys for watching. We'll talk to you guys all next week in a bit. Peace.